Hi, everybody. It's Carrie. Happy Easter today. And I just thought I would get on and do a quick video today. Happy Easter again. Happy Easter Sunday. So, my cat Lily here. Here's Lily. Lily's going to join me today to kind of do a little video for you, kind of a little story time. As you know, my channel so far has been a couple different things. It's been uploading videos with myself, reading stories for children because I am a teacher. And another little part of my video has been foster care, talking to you about foster care because I am a licensed foster parent. So today I thought in my video I would tell you a little bit about my story with my interest in adoption and foster care. So I will start out kind of a timeline with how things have happened for me in my life so far with foster care and the desire to adopt. If you see me at any point looking down or looking aside, I did write some notes to help me, in my timeline of what I want to talk to you about. So if you see me looking away, that's why. Okay, so to start out with my journey with foster care and adoption, I really was interested in adoption probably starting in my 30s. I started looking into adoption, thinking that I really would like to, adopt. And so I looked into some options. I looked into some agencies. I looked into Bethany Christian Services. I looked into international adoption, domestic adoption. And going through that, I found out that it was very costly, really expensive. At the time, I was a teacher working at a private school, and it was just not something I felt, I realistically could afford at the time. I did really look into it, though. I looked into international adoption. I did have a home study written through an agency for international adoption. And I was really serious about adopting through China. And I just really never continued the process because I kind of to myself decided that I really was interested in foster care and adopting through foster care. It was a little bit more realistic for me, financially, costly. So, having said that, I was licensed for foster care through my county back in 2011, I believe it was. I went through the classes and had everything where the social worker came out to my condo and I got licensed through them. So through my county. And during the process, I was still thinking about adoption. And then I really was not called through my county, though. I don't think there are as many children out there, needing, in foster care through my county. So a worker had told me, maybe you should look into Milwaukee County. There may be more children. You may be more likely to be placed with a child. So I said, okay, I will be open as an open bed for children in Milwaukee County, even though I'm licensed through my county. So from there on, in 2012, I had a call for my first placement. It was a 3-year-old little boy, and I remember I was at school because it was August of 2012, and I was at school getting my classroom ready, and the worker called me, the placement person, and told me about these siblings and, told me about some of them and which child would I be open to having placed with me, which of the siblings, and I said the 3-year-old little boy. So that evening he was placed with me, and he was a very cute little boy. So because I had to work, school was starting, I had to get him all, set for daycare. And the daycare is near me, and it's within walking distance from my house. So that worked out really well. I went back to school for the school year, and he was all set up for daycare. So this little boy was with me from August of 2012 until October of 2012. He was with me. So he had been placed then with a relative, with an aunt. So that was my first placement. The second placement that I had was a 1-year-old little girl, and I got a call for her July of 2013, and she was with me until probably October 2013, and she was also all set up for daycare. She went to the same daycare that my first placement went to, the daycare that's within walking distance from my home. So they both were in the same daycare. So she was with me from that time period, and it worked out well because a lot of the time she was with me was during the summer, so I was able to be home with her, a lot of the time, which worked out really well. So then after that, I'm still thinking a lot about adoption, and at the time I was still looking at adoption, and I decided, I'm really, the two placements that I had were through Milwaukee County. So I decided to go ahead and be licensed through Children's Hospital through Milwaukee County, since the two placements that I had were through Milwaukee County. So I closed my license in my county and decided to be licensed through through Milwaukee County. So I did that, and that was in 2016 that I was licensed through Milwaukee County. Then I got a call for a 10-year-old little girl. They were looking at placement for her, and it was a pre-placement situation. So that means she would be placed with me to see how it went, and then if things were going really well, that I would take placement of her. So she came to me, and she was there a couple days. She, all of a sudden, like after she was with me for a while, she started sneezing, and her eyes got really itchy and watery. Poor girl. It turned out that she was allergic to my cat, Lily. Yeah, you were the culprit. Yep. So we figured it best that she looked at having a new placement. So that was that. So she did not stay with me. So we didn't know that at the time, that she had the allergies. So had we known that, she probably wouldn't have been placed with me. But, at 10 years old, I'm surprised they did not make me aware of that, but that's okay. So anyway, after that, still looking into adoption, I've looked at a few websites, Adopt US Kids, Family for Every Child, like Foster to Adopt websites. On those websites, you basically make a profile of yourself, and then you submit for children on that website. So I've done that, submitted for quite a few children, but no luck. And I've been on there for quite a while. So, I don't know. But moving on in the timeline, fast forward to November of 2018, I was at school. I was a substitute teacher at the time. And I got a call from Children's asking me about a 3-year-old little girl, and she was part of a sibling set of 7 children. So they said, "Do you want to hear more about her?" I said, "Yes." And long story short, they told me about her, and They asked if I was interested in placement, and I said yes. So I took placement of her, and again, she was 3 years old at the time, and she was with me the longest. She just recently left me in February. She was with me almost 15 months, so it was very, very hard when she left because she had been with me so long, and it was just tough saying goodbye to her. But I really believe that reunification is wonderful. That's where, that's the right, I believe whenever possible, that's where a child should be, with their family. So in some cases, that doesn't work out that way. Some parents' rights are terminated, unfortunately, and then that child needs an adoptive placement. So, and that's kind of where I'm at, still continuing on my foster care to adopt journey. So I'm now currently back on the, list of open homes. So, and with this whole pandemic going on right now, I really don't know what's going to happen. As far as I know, there are still children that, I could still be placed during this time with a child. So we'll wait and see what happens, where my foster to adopt journey leads me next. Should be quite interesting. And I'm just going to quick check my notes to see if there's anything that I forgot to tell you. I don't believe there is. I think that I pretty much covered everything. Yep. Yes. So, okay. I just kind of wanted to fill you in on my journey and where I'm at. Yeah. So I hope everybody is hanging in there during this kind of tricky time right now. But again, happy Easter, and please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. So everybody have a great day. Bye.